Students,
Yes, sir.
all of you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
आवाज येत नाही सर. नाही सर, आवाज येत नाही अजून पण. सर साऊंड क्लिअर
आवाज नाही येत, सर.
All of you able to hear
येत
me?
नाही.
नो, सर.
नो.
Hello.
हॅलो, सर.
Hello.
हॅलो.
Yeah, all of you are able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. सर.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yes,
afternoon.
sir.
Good
Yes,
afternoon.
sir.
Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, my voice is clear. Now we will start our chapter that is we have left at preparing working capital management. Okay, and we have prepared the some of the part also. Just we will wait for 2 minutes. Okay, then we will start. Only 25 students will join. Just we will wait for 2 minutes. Then we will start. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, students, all of you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good, great. Okay, I think we have stopped here in last session. Okay, just I will try to. Is visible to all of you. Problem number 4 we have started in last session. It is visible.
Yes, sir.
Just 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm again going to read the problem. Then we will start. And today this is a half problem and another one problem. Two problems we have to cover. Okay. ABC Limited sell its products on a gross profit of 20% of sales. Means gross profit 20% means cost price 80%. It is clear, students? From this sentence what we are going to know? The sales are 100% and gross profit is 20% and 80% means cost of goods sold. This much is clear?
Yes, sir.
The following
Yes, sir.
information is extracted its annual account for the year ending 31st March 2020. Okay. Then particulars amount to column there the new sales at 3 months credit. Okay, we are doing the sales and we are allowing 3 months credit. Okay, whenever we are doing the sales, but the sales figure is 40 lakh rupees. The sales amount is 40 lakh rupees. Means your cost of goods sold is how much? Okay. ₹32 lakhs. Okay. It is 80% out of this 40 lakh. 80% you have to calculate. Here we have calculate 32 lakhs. Okay. Cost of goods sold. Then again the raw material they have told you 12 lakh rupees. Wages 15 days arrears means we have not paid wages for next 15 means 15 days arrears are there means outstanding wages are there for us. Okay. At the end of the year 31st March 2020, okay, we have closed the books of account, but we have found that there is a outstanding wages for 15 days. Okay, it is outstanding. It shows balance sheet liability side outstanding wages. Okay. Like same way, the manufacturing and general expenses there is a 1 month arrear. Means there are total 12 lakh rupees expenses per month 1 lakh likewise, and 1 month expenses we have not paid. It is the arrear. It is outstanding. It is clear this much, students?
Yes, sir.
Like same way administrative expenses there is a 1 month arrear. Means 1 month we have not paid that expenses. We have arrear means outstanding for us. Means we have to pay. Then next, sales promotion expenses payable half yearly in advance. There are total expenses 2 lakh rupees for expenses for a year. But what we are doing, one half of the yearly expenses we are paying in advance. Means it is a prepaid expenses. You getting my point? Outstanding is your liability, current liability. Prepaid is your asset, current asset. Like prepaid electricity bill we have seen, telephone bill prepaid we have seen, prepaid salaries we have seen. Likewise, this sales promotion expenses we have prepaid. In advance we have paid. Means 1 lakh rupees additional we have paid. Okay. Not additional, we have paid in advance. The company enjoys 1 month's credit from the supplier of raw material. Means these 12 lakh raw materials in a year we are going to purchase, but from the supplier we are enjoying 1 month credit. Means 1 month delay we are making payment. Like invoice today is raised, after 1 month we are going to make a payment. It is clear this much?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Screen is not visible. Just 1 minute. Again I will share. Just 1 minute. Okay, it is visible now. Now it is visible. Yeah.
Yes,
The
sir.
company enjoys 1 month credit from supplier of raw material. From supplier of raw material means who's our creditors. Who are going to supply raw material? Our creditors. Okay, creditors are there. The suppliers, they are known as creditors. Creditors is the current liability. The suppliers gives us 1 month credit. Okay, today we have purchased raw material, received delivery of goods or invoice we have raised today. After 1 month we are going to make a payment. And maintain 2 months of raw material and and half months of raw material in stores. Okay, we are maintain means we are keeping stock. Maintain means keeping a stock. 2 months of stock of raw material we are keeping in our store, means next 2 months whatever stock you require, that much stock you are keeping in your store. Like same way, your 1.5 month, 1.5 month of finished goods you are keeping in your store, means नेक्स्ट 1 मंथ की 1.5 मंथ की डिमांड जो होगी उसका स्टॉक करके रख रहे हो फिनिश गुड्स का. ओके, कैश बैलेंस इज मेंटेन एट 1 lakh as a precautionary balance. We are going to maintain cash balance 1 lakh rupees. It is a current asset. Cash is a current assets. Okay, and then assuming a 10% margin, find out the working capital requirements. Now we have to find out the working capital requirements, and we are assuming that there is a 10% margin. Just 1 minute. Okay, there is a 10% margin we are going to keep. Okay, this much is clear. Anyone have any doubts in this? From this data, we have to bifurcate the current assets and current liabilities. Okay, current assets, what comes? Raw material in stock, debtors, finished goods. Okay, this all comes, and prepaid expenses. Okay, prepaid expenses, sales promotion expenses we have prepaid. Okay, these all comes under in current assets. And cash is also current asset. Cash we are keeping 1 lakh rupees balance in our accounts. Okay, raw materials, raw materials we have kept 2 months in stock. Okay, 2 months. See here, maintain 2 months in stock. Raw material value is how much? Raw material value is 12 lakh rupees. 12 lakh multiplied by 2 by 12, then it is comes 2 lakh rupees. This much is clear, students? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Then debtors. For debtors calculation, always we have to take a cost price. Okay, debtors cost price means here 40 lakh rupees sales we have did, but out of 40 lakh rupees, 80% is the cost and 20% is the profit. Then while calculating debtors, we have to always consider cost price. Okay, cost price is 32 lakh, and like again here see 3 months credit we have given to debtors to whom we have sold finished goods on a credit basis. For them we are given 3 months credit. It is clear this much, students? 3 by 12 in a year there are 12 months. Okay, from there I have taken 12 months are there in a year. It is a 1 year statement or 1 year data we have taken. Okay, 32 lakhs multiplied by 3 by 12, it comes 8 lakh rupees. Okay, this 8 lakh rupees. Then finished goods, again for finished goods also cost of goods sold, that is cost of goods sold is actual cost price we have to consider here also while calculating finished goods. 32 lakh multiplied by 1.5 into 12 divided by 12. Here they have mentioned 1.5 month finished goods are in stock. You getting my point? 1.5. Okay, instead of that 1.5 you can do, but 1.5 divided by 12 it comes 4 lakh. This much is clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, sales promotion expenses. Sales promotion expenses, what is there to? 2 lakh rupees is our sales promotion expenses, and we have paid 1 month advance. Advance we have paid here half yearly in advance. Sales promotion expenses payable half yearly in advance. Total 2 lakh rupees sales expenses are there, but half yearly expenses means in a year there are 12 lakh rupees expenses. Half yearly we have paid in advance. Okay, half yearly we have paid in advance. How much comes here, students? Tell me. It is clear. This much is clear, students. Just 1 minute. We have paid advance means 6 months you have to take here. Okay, half yearly we have paid in advance means 6 months advance we have paid. Okay, how much comes here, students? Tell me. Students, all of you with me? 1 lakh. 1 lakh. Half yearly we have paid advance means 6 months advance we have paid. Okay, this is 5 points of current assets we have considered, and another current asset is a cash. So current assets, cash balance. In the problem, cash balance is maintained 1 lakh rupees. Okay, 1 lakh rupees cash balance we have maintained. Okay, this much is clear. these 5 types of all current assets we have considered. Okay, all current assets we have considered. Current assets we have considered. Just I will make a bold. Okay, then we will do total comes of current assets, students. How much comes total?
16 lakh.
16 lakh. Okay. We have to calculate B part, that is current liabilities. Okay. Current liabilities we have to calculate. Okay. Just 1 minute. Liabilities, first item in current liabilities. Current liabilities, that is sundry creditors. Sundry creditors. What they have told about sundry creditors? See here, from suppliers, creditors means those who are going to supply raw material to us. Okay, what we are doing? We are enjoying, company enjoys 1 month credit from supplier of raw material. Raw material, how much we require in a year? 12 lakh rupees of raw material we require, and 1 month raw material, means 1 month credit we are enjoying. Okay, 1 month credit we are enjoying. Means their total raw material we are going to purchase 12 lakh, multiply by 1 divided by 12. How much comes, students? How much comes? Centimeters. Next, see here, outstanding wages are there. This is outstanding wages are there. Outstanding means it is liability. Manufacturing arrears, outstanding. Administrative 1 month arrears. Means these are 3 outstandings are there. Outstanding means the current liability, outstanding expenses. Okay. Second, then here we are going to do the second part. Outstanding wages. Outstanding wages. What they are told about wages? What they are told about wages? There is a 15 days arrears. Total wages in a year 9,60,000. 15 days arrear means I will write here 0.5 divided by 12. Can it be okay? 15 days means how much comes? Students out
3,75,000.
3,75,000.
75,000.
Please check it out again. I will check again, just 1 minute.
40,000.
9,60,000 multiplied by 0.5 divided by 12. 40,000 comes. Please check it out again.
40,000, sir.
40,000, sir.
Okay, this much is clear. Then third point, outstanding wages we have seen. There are outstanding manufacturing expenses and general expenses also. Okay, 1 month arrear means outstanding. आपको देना आपने नहीं पे किया at the end of 31st March, there is outstanding. In balance sheet it shows outstanding manufacturing expenses है करके. Okay. Again I will write here outstanding. Just 1 minute. Outstanding manufacturing general expenses. What they have told about manufacturing expense? Manufacturing administrative expenses how much? 2 lakh rupees. There is a 1 month arrear. Okay, 12 lakh rupees. 12 lakhs in manufacturing and general expenses. 12 lakh. 12 lakh multiplied by, there is a 1 month arrear. 1 month arrear. How much comes out? Amount column? Students tell me.
1 lakh.
1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh. Okay, then 4. What is again? Outstanding administration expense. Okay. administrative expenses is how much? 4,80,000. There is a 1 month arrear again. See here, 1 month arrear. 4,80,000 multiplied by 1 divided by 12. How much comes?
40,000.
40,000. Okay, 40,000. This much is clear? Student, this much is clear?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
we have to do total of current liabilities.
Two
Current
lakh.
liabilities. 2 lakh
2,80,000.
80,000. Okay, this much is clear.
Yes, sir.
And what we can do, the third point, that is C, we have to calculate. Okay, C is of current assets and current liabilities, that is A minus B. A minus B. Okay. A minus B. A total is how much? A current assets 16 lakh and B 2,80,000 rupees. How much comes A minus B? Friends, tell me.
13 lakh 20,000.
13 lakh 20,000. Okay. This much is clear. Then what they have told you again here? See here, assume 10% margin, find out working capital. 10% margin we have to consider again. Whatever may be amount we have calculated after deducting A minus B. On this amount, this 13 lakh 20,000, on this amount 10% we have to add margin. They have told specifically, okay? That's what we are doing. Add 10% margin. Okay, 10%, 13 lakh 20,000 पे 10% कैलकुलेट करना है. ओके, 10% कितना होगा? दैट इज 52,000. Okay, this is correct.
1 lakh.
Net in capital requirement, net working capital requirement. How much comes adding that? Okay, this much is clear, students? Hello, all of you are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a working capital requirements. From whatever data they have given you, from the data you are able to bifurcate which are your current asset and which are your current liabilities. Okay. Outstanding is your liability. Current liabilities are sundry creditors, outstanding expenses, bank loan, okay, bank overdraft. These all are your current liabilities. Current assets, the stock of raw material, stock of finished goods, stock of work in progress, sundry debtors, cash, prepaid expenses. These all are your current assets. Firstly, calculate current asset, then current liabilities. Excess of current asset and current liabilities means A minus B you have to do. A you have calculated, minus B, then you are going to get a this gross working means working capital. But after adding the margin, then you are going to get a net working capital. They will mention in the problem. If they are not mentioning the problem, then also you have to consider 10% margin. Okay, if they are not mentioned in the problem. but you have to consider 10% margin always. This much is clear, students? Okay, if you want to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. Then I will start with another problem. Okay, students.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Done with this screenshot. Okay, now we will see to the next problem. But before moving further, before moving ahead, I will tell you again these approaches of working capital, which I already covered while explaining the theoretical part. But again, I am going to tell you because this is important. These approaches we have to see. There are two types of approaches of working capital. First is total cost approach and cash cost approach. In total cost approach, we never have to consider the depreciation. We have to include the depreciation in cost approach. Total cost approach, we have to include the depreciation while calculating overheads. Where are overheads? I am going to explain you, but just remember that while calculating overheads, we have to include depreciation in total cost approach. And while calculating debtors we have excluded. While calculating debtors we have excluded profit. But in cost approach we have to include the profit margin also. Means while calculating debtors we have to 40 lakhs. You getting my point, students? This is a total cost approach. It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The total cost approach. In cash cost approach, here we have to exclude depreciation while calculating overheads. Where I have to calculate, I will tell you. But just remember, excluding overheads, excluding depreciation, we have to do in a cash approach while calculating overheads. And while calculating debtors also, we don't have to consider the profit margins. Like 32 lakhs only we have to consider. Okay, this is clear. We will see one problem. Both types of problem we are going to see. Then you are able to understand. Okay. Okay, problem number 5. Okay. Pro forma cost sheet of company provides the following particulars: element of cost per unit. Raw material, it is cost per unit. They are going to cost per unit. Raw materials 80 rupees per unit we require to produce. Direct labor, we require 30. We are going to pay 30 rupees per unit per unit working of labor. Overheads 60 rupees per unit. Total cost of production 170 rupees. Profit 30. Selling price 20. This much is clear, students. This is a cost they are going to manufacture a single product. Okay, to produce a single product, how much cost, which types of cost they are going to include? Like all types of cost they are going to use. Okay, this is clear. This much is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then next, the following information they are going to further information. Following further particulars are available. Raw materials are in stock on an average 1 month. Means raw materials are in stock on an average 1 month. Means while calculating current asset, stock of raw material, there is a 1 month stock, average stock we are keeping. Okay, this you have to understand. This we have to understand. Materials are in process on an average of half month. Work in progress. Materials are in process means work in progress. Work in progress also comes in current liabilities. I already told you, stock, work in progress, stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, stock of finished goods. These all stocks. Stocks means inventory. These all comes under current assets. Okay. Finished goods are in stock on an average of 1 month. Again, finished goods we are keeping 1 month stock in our stores. Credit allowed by supplier is 1 month. Credit allowed by supplier means it also goes to current liabilities. Okay, sundry creditors from whom we have purchased raw material, he has allowed us 1 month credit. Okay. Then say fifth point, credit allowed to debtors 2 months. We have sold finished goods, for them we have allowed 2 months credit. Okay. Then sixth, lag in payment of wages and overheads are 1 month. Okay, lag in payment of wages and overheads are 1 month. Wages means direct labor, overheads 60 rupees, their value. Direct labor means wages we are going to pay to laborers. Okay, there is a lag in payment, means we are not paid. There is arrears, there is outstanding wages and overheads. This much is clear, students. This is clear. Then 7.14 of the output is sold against cash. 1/4 of the output is sold against cash. Means see here students, 1/4 of the output they are sold in a cash. Means 3/4 we have sold in credit. 1/4 we have sold in cash. You getting my point, students? 1/4 of the output is sold against cash. Means whatever production we have did, out of that 1/4 we have sold in cash and 3/4 we have sold in on credit. See here 100 units we have sold, और 1/4 means 100 units के 1/4 कितने होते हैं? 25 sold, we have sold in a cash and 75 we have sold in a on a credit. This is clear? Okay. Cash on hand or at bank is expected 25,000 rupees. It is also current asset cash. Okay. You are required to prepare a statement showing the working capital needed as per the total approach method. Okay, total approach method of working capital to finance a level of activity 60,000 units of production annually. See here, how many units we are going to produce in a year? 60,000 units. This is clear. Annually 60,000 units we are going to produce. Okay, the production is carried out evenly throughout the year. The production is carried out throughout the year. The means, see here 60,000 units we have sold annually, and out of this 1/4 we have sold in cash and 3/4 we have sold in credit. This is clear, students? Hello? Yeah. Because this also we require by calculating debtors. We require 3/4 of total output we have to consider while calculating debtors. In last problem we have taken all amount debtors 32 lakhs directly we have taken because they have not mentioned it is a cash sales or credit sales. Okay, but here in the problem they have mentioned 1/4 is a cash sales and 3/4 is a credit sales. Okay, this is clear. This much is clear. Okay, please again you can read out the problem, then we are able to understand clearly. Okay, now we come to the solution. Statement showing the working capital requirements, total approach method. Okay, total approach method according to that we have to make. Okay, again I have told you in the there are two types of approach, cash approach and total approach. Okay, in total approach we have to include depreciation while calculating overheads, and we have to consider profit margin while calculating debtors. Okay, this I have told you. First, current asset, stock of, I will write RM, raw material. All of you have to understand short forms. Okay, I will write RM. No issue now. All of you are able to bifurcate, or are you able to know that RM is raw material. 60,000 units we have produced. We are going to produce, per unit cost is 80 rupees. See here, per unit cost is 80 rupees. We have told per unit. Okay, per unit cost 80 rupees raw material. Means 60,000 units we have to produce means 80 rupees per cost, then we will get total cost or total expenses we have made on raw material that we are going to get. Okay. And after that what they have told, stock of raw material. Raw materials are in stock for an average of 1 month. 1 month means 1/12. Okay. 1/12. This we can do. How much comes outer column? Students tell me. How much comes? From where I have taken 60,000. It is our output. We are in level of activity. Level of activity means in a year we are going to produce that much only. You are getting my point, students? 60,000 units production annually. Units of production annually means in a year we are going to produce 60,000 units of finished goods. Means raw material also will require 60,000 units. It's clear, students. All of you are with me. point of work in progress. Stock of work in progress. I will write here. I will prepare a working note for this. Okay. Just 1 minute. Working note I will prepare for this. Is work in progress. Okay. WF means work in progress. Okay. What you have to do here while calculating work in progress? Firstly, we have to consider RM, raw material. See here, the work in progress. Work in progress means the 50% of raw material is lying on a floor. Work in progress, some material is lying on a floor. There are 100 processes to manufacture the product. These 100 stages are there. You are getting my point, students? Hello, all of you are with me? Hello. There are 100 processes are there. Okay, 100 processes are there, but see here, but 50% we considering average, the material is lying on a floor. Okay, lying on a floor means we have kept for further processing on the raw material. Okay, this much is clear, students? Hello, all of you with me? This raw material we are keeping on a floor. Some raw material, some semi-finished goods also we are keeping on a floor. Just I will insert for you. Just 2 columns I will insert. Then I will write. Material. Raw material floor. Raw material. How many units we are going to purchase? Raw material 60,000. Per unit cost is 80 rupees. Okay, bracket complete. I am considering the 50% raw material is kept at a floor. Sorry, 50%. 50% raw material is kept at a floor. If you are solving this equation, how much comes? Students, tell me. 60,000 multiplied by 80 multiplied by 5.5 divided by 12.
2 lakh.
2 lakh. And if they are going to direct labor overhead, then 3 points you have to consider. Direct labor overhead. Direct labor. Okay. 3,000 units we have to produce. The labor charges per product per unit cost, labor cost 30 rupees. 30 rupees. Bracket complete. And again I am going to consider 50%, okay, the raw material or some work of labor has done. 100 processes are 100 processes में 50% process has been done, and some material is lying on the floor. Okay, how much comes direct labor?
75,000.
75,000. Then next point comes overheads. Overheads. Again, for overheads, 60,000 units are there. Per unit cost of overheads. Overhead 60 rupees per unit. Overhead means Mr. expenses for relating to factory expenses. It is a cost sheet they have given relating to factory overheads. Okay. 60 rupees per unit. Again, I will going to consider 0.5 and on a floor directly. Okay, in our total cost approach, I am going to include the depreciation. I am not going to consider depreciation here in total cost approach. Okay, I am directly considering this. All of you remembering this, I am telling you, please understand that I am including depreciation, I am not considering. While calculating data source, I am considering total selling price. I am including profit margin and not excluding profit margin, like how you have previously did. Okay, how much comes overheads?
1,50,000.
1,50,000. Okay, then the total comes how much? WIP. Well, how much comes? Like 25,000. Okay, this is clear. Then this
Yes.
4,25,000 we have to write here. Then third point of raw material which we have to consider, that is finished goods. Okay, finished goods also we have to consider as a raw material, as a stock of finished goods. They are told specifically stock of finished goods. Okay, stock of finished goods. How much they are told? Stock of finished goods. Stock of finished goods. See here in the problem. Finished goods are in stock on an average of 1 month. Okay, on an average of 1 month. Okay, here in total cost approach we have to consider the cost price of finished goods. 170 rupees only. Total finished goods की total production cost is 170 rupees. That we have to consider. Stock of finished goods. How many units? And here you are going to produce finished goods 60,000 only. Okay, multiplied by 170 rupees per unit cost. And we are keeping stock of finished goods 1 month in the stock. Okay, finished goods are average of 1 month. Okay, average 1 month we are keeping in store. This outer column, students tell me.
8,50,000.
Okay. First point we have completed. The stock we have considered. Then we have to consider debtors. Again debtors 60,000 units. Okay. Here for calculation of debtors who are our debtors? To whom we will say he is our debtor? Students tell me. What do you mean by debtors? Students? Anyone? Hello? All of you are with me, students?
Yes, sir.
To whom we will say debtors? To whom we are saying he is our debtor? Hello? We have sold finished goods to particular party, and party for a party we have sold cash, means there is no any debtor. If we have sold goods, finished goods on a credit, then he will become debtor for 3 months, 2 months. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the problem they are told specifically 1/4 of our output is sold against cash.
3/4 on credit.
3/4 on a credit, 1/4 we have sold. 60,000 हमने प्रोड्यूस किए नहीं यूनिट्स, उसमें 1/3 हमने कैश में सेल्स किए, 3/3 जो क्रेडिट पे सेल्स किए. ओके, डेटर्स जिसको बोलते हैं उनसे हमको पैसा आने वाला है. ओके, here we have to consider 3/4 by 4. ओके, ये पहला ब्रैकेट कंप्लीट. पर यूनिट कॉस्ट कितना है? टोटल कॉस्ट 170 we have to consider. Sorry, 200. 200 debtors we have to consider 200. We don't have to consider 170 rupees total cost. Profit margin we are going to include. Okay, in total cost approach. Okay, total cost approach. कैश कॉस्ट में अलग है, टोटल कॉस्ट में अलग है. ठीक है. डेटर्स के लिए हमने क्या बोला है? Credit period allowed to debtors 2 months. Okay, 2 months we have allowed period. 2/12 bracket complete. Okay, this many brackets we have to do. How much comes? Tell me, students. Firstly solve bracket out of bracket. Firstly solve this. Then multiply with 200. Then multiply with 2 divided by 12. Then you can do one by one. Single you can do. Okay.
So 15 lakhs.
15 lakhs. One by one you can do. Otherwise I can do for you. Just 1 minute. Okay. Here I will do 60,000 multiplied by 60,000 divided by multiplied by 3 divided by 4. How many units? 6 कितने हैं? Credit 6. No. तो कितने हो गए 60,000 के मिनट्स के?
45,000।
बताओ फास्ट। 45 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 200 करना है, कितना होगा अभी?
90 लाख।
90 लाख, और 90 लाख स्कोर क्या है? मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2 डिवाइड बाय 12 है। ओके, अभी कितना होगा?
15 lakh.
15 लाख। दिस इज क्लियर? ओके, details we have calculated. Then last point remains in current asset, that is cash. Cash balance कितना बोला है? You have to keep cash balance expected 25,000 rupees. Okay, यहाँ पे outer column में डायरेक्ट जाएगा 25,000. Okay, this is clear students? This much is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Current assets. Current assets. See here, we have considered 200 rupees while calculating interest, but in previous problem we have considered cost price. See here, cost we have considered details while calculating 32 lakhs. In total cost approach, we have to consider profit margin in while calculating details. This much is clear? How much comes total? This is clear? This much is clear? नहीं, total कितना आएगा बताओ? बराबर राइट है टोटल, करेक्ट? दिस करेक्ट टोटल?
तो चेक करते सर।
यस, करो आराम से। Current liabilities.
Yes, sir, correct, 32 lakhs.
Creditors. See, creditors means from whom they have purchased raw material. अभी creditors कितना आपको पे करना है? See, 80 rupees per unit raw material you have considered, 60,000 units of raw material you are going to consider. That much is your creditors. It's clear, they are not going to directly, but we have to calculate. आपने परचेस किया रॉ मटेरियल, तो उसको ही आप क्रेडिटर्स बोलेंगे ना, जिनसे परचेस किया है। ओके, 60,000 units you are going to purchase, per unit cost is 80 rupees. Okay, and again what they have told regarding raw materials, so regarding creditors, see creditors के लिए क्या बोला? Credit allowed by supplier is 1 month, means हमने supplier से 1 month की credit ले ली है। Okay, you have to do. Outer column how much comes?
4 lakh.
4 lakh. Okay, then next, this is the one number I will write for your understanding clearly. And second, हमने डायरेक्ट लेबर को क्या किया? डिले इन पेमेंट ऑफ वेजेस एंड ओवरहेड. These are our outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses is a liability, a current liability. This is clear, students?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Firstly, we will consider outstanding wages. अभी outstanding wages कितना outstanding है? 60,000 units हम प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. Wages cost कितना है? 30 rupees per unit. और कितने months का outstanding है बोला है नहीं इधर? Wages 1 month. Lag in payment of wages and overheads 1 month means multiplied by 1 divided by 12. Multiplied by 1 divided by 12. Outer column कितना आएगा बताओ?
1,50,000.
1,50,000.
The next third point, outstanding क्या है? Outstanding overheads. Overheads are outstanding. Overheads किधर लिखा है? Just 1 minute. Overheads. Lag in payment of wages and overheads. Overheads है 1 month के लिए lag in payment means outstanding है 1 month. Outstanding overheads 60,000 per unit cost of overhead, per unit cost 60 rupees multiplied by 60 bracket complete, and again the 1 month lag in payment of overheads. Okay, how much comes outer column? Students tell me.
3 lakh.
3 lakh.
3 lakh. Okay, this much is clear. Then calculate total of liabilities comes total okay. Then third point I will consider here also same. A minus B, 32 lakhs minus 8,50,000, how much comes? Okay. Add 10% margin, इसका 10% कितना होगा? 2,35,000. Okay. This much is clear, students? Okay.
Yes, sir.
बाकी के तुम देखोगे प्रॉब्लम है, कई लोगों ने वो कॉन्टिजेंसी ऐड नहीं किए है, ठीक है, तो भी हमको करना है कॉन्टिजेंसी ऐड. आपने प्रॉब्लम उन्होंने नहीं बोला 10% कॉन्टिजेंसी ऐड नहीं किया, इधर तक भी किया एक्सेस ऑफ करंट एसेट करंट लायबिलिटीज, अभी प्रॉब्लम में बोला नहीं 10% कॉन्टिजेंसी ऐड करने के लिए, आपने यहीं तक कॉल करके भी छोड़ दिया तो भी आपको फुल मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. ओके. नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट्स कितना होगा अभी बताओ ऐड करके?
25,85,000.
85,000. This much is clear, students? This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take a
Yes, sir.
screenshot. Take a screenshot of answer.
विचारल्यावर बोलू.
Anyone have any doubts in this, students?
No, sir.
Okay. Then working note also, take a screenshot of working note. How you have calculated work in progress, you have to know that. Okay. It's clear this much?
Yes, sir. Taken, sir.
Okay. And this question also you can take screenshot of the question. Done?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
This is a they will solve as per the total approach method, total cost approach method. Total cost approach method they will solve. In total cost approach method, again I am going to tell you the small difference is there in total cost approach and cash cost approach. In total cost approach, here we are while calculating overheads also, we are including depreciation we are going to calculate, and in the while calculating debtors also we are considering profit margin. We are including profit margin while calculating debtors. But in cash approach, we are not including depreciation while calculating overheads, and while calculating debtors also we are not including profit margin and depreciation, you can say. Okay, this is a cost approach method. If instead of total cost approach method they have written cash approach, your problem will be wrong answer if you are solving this way. Okay, if it is total cost approach then it is correct. Students, please don't make hurry to solve the problem, or don't make hurry, but just remember that what approach they have mentioned. The slight difference is there in the two approaches, cash cost and total cost. It's clear? Students, all of you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Little bit difference is there in total cost and cash approach. Okay, just 1 minute, I will download your attendance. Okay. Thank you for attending. If you have any doubts, you can ask me at any time. I am here to help you. Okay, 38 students were there. All of you have got this what is total cost approach, students. If you have any problem, please ask me. Okay. Anand Kumar, Sahu, Yogesh Budliar. Hello. Okay, if you have any problem, you can ask me. I am going to share the link also today of this problem on a group. Okay, YouTube link. Thank you for attending. Have a good day. Now I am going to end this session.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Thank you, sir.